Stuart.
So, like, basically the group was just a product, you know, and then all the lawyers and accountants were just taking the money off us. We hardly saw anything. They were quite well off. But then again, we thought everything was going okay. We knew the tax man was looking after everybody and didn't have.
The tax man?
Yeah.
What was the tax bill? 85, we got presented with a tax bill for about £400,000 each or something. And it's laughable, like, and you've got to laugh at it, or it would drive people around the bend. But it was if you actually, like, 5 years later, you discovered that you've just been ripped off for £40 million. I mean, you've got to smile or you go crazy on it.
They would do it legally. They would form, obviously can't mention any names, but they would form companies, various accountants, and companies and other companies and offshore companies. And there was about 50, 60 companies, and the guy would, an accountant can charge what he wants to audit a company, isn't it? And they would charge these ridiculous fees, so you find yourself with a quarterly statement for 60 companies being audited and, legally ripping the band off.
Well, like, we spent 81 to 83 just speaking to lawyers and accountants and getting ourselves released from all the contracts that we'd been advised, like, to sign in the 70s. And there was about 3 years where we couldn't work. Like, we couldn't tour, because if we toured somewhere, somebody would pop up and say, I've got this contract saying that if you tour, you got to give me 20% of it. And merchandise, like the whole thing, song publishing. And it was only, 18 months ago that Woody and I got our copyrights back. It took 10 years for us to get Money Honey and other, I think it was about 85 songs which we'd written. And it took years to get them back, And these people are just ripping you off blind. And when we started saying, like, we've got to get off this, we've got to go somewhere else in it, and we started, like, making albums that a teeny bop band wouldn't make, and we were involved with people who only understood how to get you on the front cover of 16 magazine or Bravo or whatever. Where people used to think we were a bunch of bozos and it was just a photograph. That's what, like, the early days. I think that's what sort of people generally seen the band as being, and it always was more than that. It's just that we got stuck in that like the way we were sold and the whole media, like it was an obsession with the newspapers and the photograph. Like, we must have done more photographs than anybody. I mean, it was ridiculous, and
we did get exploited as well, through the media and through different places, like especially teenage magazines and things like that. You were never out the thing, We were overexposed as well.
I remember that time, I was in hospital in Australia. I didn't know what was happening, and the manager had let in some photographers to take some photographs of me lying half dead in my bed. Maybe a rhyme to that. And they put a little cuddly toy next to me, on my pillow. So here's me half dead with this little teddy bear. The next day in the newspapers and things.
And the people who were, like, so-called looking after us, the last thing they sort of seen the band as was a musical thing. And we were always fighting that, and at the end we kept fighting and fighting, and we just couldn't get anywhere with it, and we just had to get out of the record company. We had to get away from the managers. We just had to get away from them all, and that took its toll on the band, because then they started mixing the band, like getting the band against each other. There's people going around saying, he's saying that to about you, and he's saying that, and he's making that, and you're not making that money, and you get the band fighting, and it was wicked what happened. But it's quite fun when you look back. It's funny, when you look back, it's amazing that we kept our brains, because.
We're like the Three Musketeers now.
The three deadheads.
I went
Prefrontal, lobotomies all round, please. Thank you.